y'all, and welcome back to another video on my channel. I know I have not posted a video in a very long time, but as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm about to tell you why I have not been on YouTube for a couple weeks. But before I get into that, please make sure you are subscribed to my channel by clicking the subscribe button down below and turn on the bell notification so you know whenever I post a new video, which is usually every Wednesday. And make sure to give this video a big thumbs up at the end of the video. So yeah, let's get on with the video. Okay, so the reason that I was not able to make and edit and post videos this last 2 weeks is because I was in the hospital. I do not have COVID, so I don't want anyone thinking that is what happened. But basically, a little over 3 weeks ago, I took a ballet barre class because as many of you know, I am a dancer, so I've been taking this ballet barre class to just kind of stay in shape. It's a really easy class, so it doesn't require a lot of my old ballet knowledge that has left my body. And so it started out with a sore muscle, and so I was kind of like, oh yeah, I get sore muscles after class, it's no big deal. So I waited a day or two and it wasn't going away, so we tried different pain medicines, ice packs, heating pads. I tried stretching it out, like doing some little stretches, because usually stretches help with sore muscles, and that just seemed to make it worse. Then I could not. It hurt to walk, it hurt to stand, it hurt to sit for too long. Even when I was just laying in my bed, sometimes my leg was just hurting, and like I had no idea why. It was just not, the pain wasn't going away, nothing was working. So we went to my doctor, my primary care physician, who was a new doctor because I just switched from my pediatrician. And the nurse there actually is the one that told me, oh, your leg looks really swollen and it's a little discolored too. And I looked at my calf and I was kind of like, huh, yeah, you're right, like my calf does look really swollen. I can attach some pictures. And I was like, that's kind of weird. And so I explained this whole thing to the nurse practitioner, the PA. And so she was like, okay, I'm going to give you a Toradol shot, which is basically ibuprofen Advil shot. And then she gave me steroids, which I have been on for my back pain. And then she was like, and you can also use lidocaine patches. And then gave me lower back exercises and sent me off my way for left sciatic pain, which normally the area that my muscles were hurting would be left sciatic pain because it did start up near the sciatic nerve and sometimes it travels on your leg. However, left sciatic pain does not have a swollen leg and a discolored leg. So we were talking with a nurse at the JPS hospital and she was like, yeah, it should not be swollen, come into the urgent care. So I went into urgent care. I was in a wheelchair the entire time because it hurt to walk, and the wheelchair was not very comfortable. But anyways, they took me for imaging, so I got a little sonogram done on my leg, and when I waited for the results, some interns told me I had a blood clot. And because of COVID, my mom was not able to be with me the entire time. I was pretty much on my own, except the nurse friend that we had, who was amazing, by the way. She pretty much tried to stay with me as much as possible. So there was a lot of crying in the beginning because I was not expecting a blood clot, and it was a really scary situation, and my mom wasn't there with me. So urgent care admitted me to the ER. They did some more testing. I got CAT scans done. I got lots of testing done, blood drawn, things like that. Tested me for COVID. I was negative. And then they removed the blood clot. So I got a little small procedure where they put a catheter in and removed it. There is currently still one in my leg, but it is small. It is not restricting any blood flow. I wear a compression sock, which helps move the blood flow from my foot. So it's tighter in my foot and looser in my thigh, so it helps that push the blood flow back up my leg. It also helps with the swelling. I'm also on new medications now. So that is where I was. I was stuck in the hospital for a blood clot procedure. I was not expecting to be there as long as I was, but my platelet count went down, so then they had to wait for it to go back up, and then they had to wait for my INR, which is like clotting time. It has to do with how thin your blood is and how fast it clots. They had to wait for that number to look good, and finally, after 19 days, I was released from the hospital. I currently use a walker. I don't put all my weight on it because I am starting to be able to walk on my feet again. It's still not perfect and it's not normal, but I am walking again. So that is where I was. I was stuck in the hospital. So if anyone has any questions about what life is like in the hospital, I'm happy to answer them. I did film a day in the life video, so I will be posting that next week. And yeah, if anyone's wondering why I had the blood clots, it was actually because of my birth control medicine, which I started taking for acne. So I was on a higher estrogen, and the estrogen is the hormone, and there is a increased risk for clots. I also have something called May-Thurner syndrome, which is kind of a narrowing and compressing of certain veins and arteries. So the May-Thurners mixed with my birth control medications put me at increased risk for blood clots. Because I'm adopted, they ran a lot of blood testing, genetic testing, and I had no genetic predisposition for blood clots, which means I won't have to be on blood thinners for the rest of my life. But for now, 3 to 6 months wearing the sock, taking the medication, checking my INR to make sure that the medication is doing what they want it to do. So yeah, that is where I was. Thanks for listening to my little story. It's definitely not how I imagined ending the summer. I'm not going to be able to go back to school this semester, so I've already settled everything and I'm ready for school. I am really sad I'm not going to see my friends, but the way things lined up, it kind of works out because, you know, they're already offering online without holding you back or preventing you from getting credit. So if I had to choose the semester to go online, it's kind of good that it was this one. I still am really sad because I was planning to go back up and see all my friends again, but yeah, so that is my story. That's where I've been for the past 2 weeks, and I am excited to get back to YouTube. So thanks so much for watching it, and I will see you all next week. Bye!